They told you anger was dangerous, so you swallowed it, bit your tongue, smiled through it, made peace when there was none, and over time your rage didn't disappear, it fermented, turned inward, became exhaustion, depression, self-blame, quiet resentment that made your bones ache. Because anger doesn't vanish, it waits, in the muscles, in the breath, in the stomach ache you can't explain, in the tight jaw you carry into every conversation. Anger, unexpressed, becomes a ghost, one that haunts your relationships, your boundaries, your sleep. But no one teaches you that. They just say, don't be so dramatic. You need to calm down. It's not that big of a deal. So we learn to cope with fake forgiveness, with overeating, with spiritual bypassing. We take deep breaths over things we should be screaming about, and we call it healing. But rage is not your enemy. Rage is information. Rage says, something hurt, something was unfair, something crossed a line, and no one listened. Rage is a flare in the dark, a primal cry that says, this matters, I matter. But because we live in a world terrified of emotional fire, we're taught to extinguish it, especially if you're a woman, especially if you're quiet, especially if you've been taught that good people don't get angry. So we trade our truth for likability, our voice for harmony, our fire for silence, and we burn anyway. But here's the truth. Sometimes rage is the medicine, not the poison, not the weakness, the cure, because there are things worth getting angry about, being disrespected, being ignored, being told to shrink your feelings so others can stay comfortable. Anger is not violence. Anger is not abuse. Anger is not losing control. Real anger, clean anger, is sacred. It clears the room, it draws the line, it says, no more, and means it. It's not petty, it's powerful. And when you stop fearing your own rage, you stop abandoning yourself to avoid conflict. You stop letting people walk over you. You stop rationalizing pain that should be confronted. Because when rage is honored, it transforms. It becomes a boundary, a decision, a truth spoken aloud, a door closed for good. And if you never allow yourself to feel it, you'll never feel fully alive. Because part of your life force is locked in that fire you keep hiding from. You don't have to destroy anything to honor your rage, but you do have to stop apologizing for it. Your anger is not too much. It's the part of you that still cares. It's the part that hasn't given up. So scream, cry, hit the pillow, write the letter you'll never send. Let it burn, not everything around you, but everything inside you that said your feelings weren't valid. Because once you let the rage speak, it softens. It gives way to grief. And beneath the grief, that's where your power lives. You don't have to choose between peace and anger. Sometimes getting angry is the peace. Not peace as in passive. Peace as in real, earned, grounded. Because when you stop stuffing your rage, you stop betraying yourself. And what's more peaceful than finally being honest? There's something holy in anger when it's not masked by fear. When it's not about punishment, but clarity. When it's not about chaos, but release. We were never meant to be endlessly composed, endlessly digestible, endlessly palatable to everyone but ourselves. We were meant to be whole, even if that wholeness is loud, raw, and untamed. So maybe today you give yourself permission, not to destroy, but to roar, to crack the smile that's been welded to your face, to feel the heat rise in your chest without stuffing it back down, to trust that your body knows it's time to stop tolerating and start transforming, because if you don't feel your fire, someone else will use it to burn you. Let it rise. Let it be loud. Let it clear the path you've been afraid to walk. Anger isn't the opposite of love, it's what protects it. And maybe, just maybe, it's what finally sets you free.